Is the ASU people who are just saying that they have copies, they know what is inside, bring out this, bring out that. And I continue to ask or to wonder, if you don't know, if you did not write it, how did you know what is inside? Then there should be something somewhere. And I remember during that time, I made an appeal to the chairman to be well treated, because a situation before then, right, whereby I was charged with using ad hoc committee. A committee which was chaired by the former, which really started the Jet Transport Committee, Water Committee, this one and all those things were chaired by the former VC. I made them on ground. But something which is good, there's no point erasing it. But the Fixation Panel of 2004 to 2010 charged me with those things as if I was the one who did it.
Now, let's understand something here. You know, they also mentioned, I understand that one of the recommendations in that panel report was that, among other things, was that the VC be removed and that to sort out issues of mismanagement in the university.
If I may ask you, I will not agree to that, because I don't know what is inside. I will not want to discuss that because I don't know what's inside. I've not gotten a copy. But the question I continue to ask, how did you know? The question you have asked me, you learned it is this. How did they know it?
Now,
because with the report, the president set up the committee. That report is supposed to be given to the president. Right? The white paper, until it comes out, it does not become a public document. But these things were now being discussed on the telly.
Well, the chairman of that panel came out to address the press at some occasion and actually told us some of what was contained in that report. He told the newspaper, you know, I wasn't there. I was only hearing what was there. But that now challenges the creditability of the report. Because when the report was set, the committee was set up, the report ought to be given to the one who said that, as Mr. President, who set it up. And it's after going through, because white paper is what the recommendation on the visitation panel is not the white, it's not necessarily the white, what comes out in the white paper. Have you discussed this with the minister? Since you heard about the issues coming out from that paper, the white paper report,
yes,
have you discussed this with the minister in any way?
I cannot go and discuss because it has not become a document. It's only when he comes. I've never gone to the minister to discuss anything as regards to that.
So since you started hearing that these are recommendations, and even when there was a news conference to that regard, you did not meet the minister or even the NUC executive secretary on this?
I've never gone anywhere.
Why was that?
Because until the thing comes to my desk, being released by Mr. President, that this is the white paper, it's not a public document. Not until it comes out. So you, the one now discussing it, how did you know?
Very well, we'll take a break right now. When we come back, we'll discuss more on the crisis rocking the University of Abuja. Stay with us.
We agreed, along with the vice chancellors of those 6 universities that were invited, that the students will be taken to the Federal University of Technology in Minna. That's all the 500 level students. We also agreed that the 300 level students and 400 level will then be farmed out to the other 5 universities. The universities are Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, Ahmadu Bello University, the Federal Universities of Technology in Akure, Minna, and Yola, as well as University of Ilorin.
One city, 18 million people and counting. Over 18 million dreams of a better life, and a team tasked to bring those dreams to reality. What is your game plan? What goals have been achieved? Who are the players? Find answers on Deadline Makers every Saturday at 3:30 p.m. only on Channels Television.
Welcome back. We're still with the Vice Chancellor of the University of Abuja, Professor James Adilabu. Thank you for joining us once again. Continuing with the issue surrounding ASU. Right now, I want to understand what is the situation with ASU, because they are continuing with the strike. Is this not affecting the school's activities?
I'm not aware of ASU continuing with any strike. But the issue of the strike...
What do you mean you're not aware?
As long as I know, on campus now everything is going on now. The 2 weeks warning strike, which was announced, which coincided with the resumption of the university, the new students coming in, right? And you recall that time I said I was not aware of any of this because the registration, the resumption, and all those things went the way it was supposed to be. The diploma exam, which was supposed to have taken place, took place the way it was supposed to be taking place.
And so the strike is inconsequential.
To that, like I said before, and I'm still saying it, they announced, and you will recall, right? That announcement was not about on the campus. Because if there's anything with this with the university community, it should take place at the university community.
So are you saying that the strike is inconsequential?
I did not know there was anything like that because what we were supposed to have done on the campus went on the way they were supposed to do.
We're talking about the strike action right now by ASU.
Yeah.
And we understand there are two factions. What is happening?
There are two factions of ASU on the campus. We have a group, that's the integrity group. The integrity group has the things to score with the CHUP-led group in terms of finance and all those things. The integrity group continue to say, irrespective of what it is, the students should not suffer it. The system should run, and you can always come to a dialogue with them. So within them, they have that faction.
How worried are you about the existence of these factions? And now we talk about the fact that ASU, on one hand, one faction of ASU is on strike, another is still continuing. How worried are you about the situation?
The worry is this. Now, get one thing. I am there as Vice Chancellor because the university exists. I would have existed as a Vice Chancellor. The university existing, and the university is there because the students exist. If the students were not to be there, there wouldn't be any university. And because the university is there, the students are there. That's why we are there as lecturers. Whether as ASU, whether as NAT, whether as that's SANO, and so on and so forth. We have 4 unions on the campus. It's because these students are there. Irrespective of what it is, you now say you are not working. What of the students? You will recall that we had this problem since sent the students away, November last year. November, December, January, February, March, we got our salary. Every staff got their salary. These students were not there. And that's why the integrity group said, no, something like that should not exist again. If you have any differences, let's come to round table and score it. So the issue of being worried about the fashion and all those things, the essential thing is, let's have lectures. The lectures are going on. The resumption started. The registration and all those things are going on. The issue of unionism is not compulsory.
So do you really think that all these measures will come to something fruitful to resolve many of the crises we're seeing?
I thank God he's come on board at this particular time. And I'm hopeful that by the grace of God, he's already yielding from. But that awareness of don't rush to any place.
As the Vice Chancellor, do you hope that the issues concerning ASU will be resolved?
It will be resolved.
Do you hope so?
I'm a member of ASU. I pay my dues.
Because when you talk like you're not concerned about the strike action, you don't even recognize the strike action. How do you...
When you say ASU, Academic Staff Union.
I'm not talking about integrity group. I'm talking about...
Whether integrity or CHUP-led group, they are academic staff.
So do you hope to resolve the two factions of ASU?
Hopefully. They just need to understand themselves. What is CHUP groups, the integrity group, that Damangugu group, saying they want on board? Then come together. Let me tell you one thing. It's only outside. If Damangugu meets CHUP now, they talk at length. Is the issue of disagreement in principle and not as academic staff members.
Thank you very much.
If I meet CHUP now, we talk. Any of them, we talk. Whatever they need has to come, which I cannot say because once it is all right, it will be approved.